Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome to session 12 of our Agile Masterclass series. Today, I'll introduce you to this masterclass on scaling Agile across organizations. So, this is based on introducing you to the processes of scaling Agile across your organization. And we'll be looking at some key elements relating to the topic, as well as checking out a lot of the materials and content we have on this. So I want to welcome you and to check all your sound. Make sure that you are receiving this session on all the platforms. We'll be going deeper into the strategies, frameworks, and the essential and important considerations necessary to expand agile practices beyond individual teams to enterprise-wide adoption. So our focus will really be on equipping you with the knowledge and tools that are needed to successfully scale agile in a way that aligns with your organizational goals and, of course, enhance overall performance. So, what are some of the key important? So, three key important elements of scaling agile. We look at the strategic agility, comprehensive approach, and the third is cultural transformation. Strategic agility. In the idea is that in today's rapidly changing business environment, the ability to scale agile practices is really crucial for organizations that seek to actually enhance their responsiveness and adaptability across all levels. So, even though agile methodologies were originally designed for small teams, there is value, and there is the proven value in delivering results very quickly and efficiently across every organizational type. But then there is a challenge always in terms of how can that be done within organization on a larger scale. So across a broad spectrum of organizational forms and of course processes, organizational wide processes. The second is of course is a comprehensive approach. The why and the how, those two key important elements are really crucial in understanding the impact of skilled agile on organizational culture, of course, and business outcomes. And so when we talk about scaling agile, it's not just about increasing the number of agile teams, but transforming the entire operations to be more collaborative, flexible, and as well as customer centric. So those are key elements that are really crucial when we speak um, of scaling agile across organizations. Cultural transformation is a third reason why. Successfully scaling agile requires a shift in culture and mindset across the organization. It is really about creating an environment where continuous improvement, open communication, and collaboration really are at the core of every action and decision. So, those are some of the key elements. But what are some of the frameworks that are in place, more or less? The skilled agile framework. SAFE is a robust framework that is designed to support agile scaling from small scale implementations to complex industry level developments and deployments. And LESS, which is a large scale Scrum, is on the foundation. Is built on the foundational principles of Scrum and scales up to larger teams while striving to retain the simplicity and clarity of the original Scrum practices. And Nexus looks at it extends Scrum by organizing multiple Scrum teams into a single integrated team that is focused on producing combined increment. So what part of what we're looking at as well is how do you compare these frameworks? So we can look at when comparing the frameworks, it is important to consider factors such as the size of your organization, the complexity of the projects, and the existing corporate culture. SAFE offers a very structured approach with a clear hierarchy and roles, making it really suitable for larger, more complex organizations. In contrast, less focuses on simplicity and minimalism, which can be more adaptable for organizations with a strong existing Scrum practice. And Nexus, being less prescriptive, offers flexibility and is easy to integrate with various team structures. And of course, the selection of a skilled framework should be based on your specific organizational needs, the size of the company, the organization, and the current maturity level and of agile practices, and of course the team, because those are all crucial elements. So in the book as well, we look at some of the challenges, which I'll encourage you to look to request the book. You can look at three key elements that are common to scaling agile: cultural resistance, consistency across teams, and integration issues. We also look at some strategies to overcome challenges. You can check that all of that in the book, which we have, and we can provide you details. This masterclass series also looks at the best practices in agile scaling. So, what are some of the key elements there that are important to mention? Building internal agile champions, tailored approach, and focus on deliverables. Three key elements that are effective in scaling practices, that are effective in various scaling practices in agile. And continuous improvements are part of that process of regular reviews and feedback loop that are all a part of very crucial part of the integration of within a new organizational environment, whether or not it's a small organization or a big organization. The regular reviews and feedback loops are quite crucial in really getting teams around the same goal. So that these are very crucial. So assessing organizational readiness for agile scaling. Two key elements there that we look at. It's all of this, especially the assessment form. We have the assessment form in the book as well as other elements of the maturity models that can be used in terms of really looking at at what point your organization is. How do we assess it? What is a clear need? Because there is no one size fits all process in Agile. No one size fits all process. The idea is really to look at what the organization needs are and to develop a process that is relevant to your organization. We also have structures and forms that deal with identifying key holders, the stakeholder mapping, as well as engagement strategies. The stakeholder mapping looks at who are the various stakeholders within the organization that may help or hinder the process, and what can actually alleviate their fears. Resource allocation, resource assessment, and capacity planning. Two key elements that go into really assessing the agile team within the organization. Resource assessment is really look at who is skilled in the organization in specific areas and who need further training, especially in understanding agile methodologies. Implementing and optimizing skilled agile frameworks. We have the three key areas where we have the pilot programs and the iterative expansion. It goes out from process to process. Continuous feedback collection is a key element, an adaptation strategy, and the metrics for scaling success, of course, need to develop the scaling metrics as well as regular review points. We have the scaling metrics as well in the handbook, And so once you obtain the handbook, you'll be able to have all of the details that are necessary. So, how do you structure your teams for skilled agile? Three key elements. How do you configure the teams? You have feature teams or components teams, integration teams. And for many people who are familiar with Agile, of course, all of this is more or less a review of what is needed. But it's important to understand and to always come back into this, into looking at how do you configure the teams in a way that is effective to actually address the challenges the organization faces. Enhancing cross-team coordination mechanisms. What are they? Are they in place? As well as tooling for collaboration. Do we have the right tools? Enhancing or role adjustment in this case, evolving roles and leadership development. Are there new roles that may be needed as Agile is being adopted or adapted within the organizational processes? And how can leaders actually be trained in order to take on the new responsibilities within the organization? Is it possible for current leaders to be integrated within the leadership structure to ensure that there is continuity and a sense of belonging within the organization? So, cultural transformation is a key element. Two elements in terms of cultural readiness: assessing the cultural fit and cultural change management. Not every organization is adapted to actually accept the agile methodology. So the question is the organization culturally ready? Is the way of thinking right? And building agile mindset is the second key element after really identifying the cultural readiness. If there is cultural readiness, then it's a question then of how do you build the agile mindset in order to enable the process to be effective. So there is need then for mindset education as well as role models and agile champions. So the handbook also deals with advanced tooling and technologies for agile scaling. We'll look at technology Slack evaluation. We're going to assess some of the current tools as well as looking at the automation tools that are using AI in scaling. Quite a lot of different tools. Governance and compliance. Agile governance structures, creating agile governance, decision-making process. We have some ideas in the handbook as well in this area, and we'll look at some of the compliance challenges as well, and how that works within different organizational types. So check out the handbook. Let us know if you need the handbook, and we'll provide them to you. And if you need a workshop to really look and to go into more details on skilled agile, we'll be happy to do. So contact us, give us a call on this, contact us on this information we have, and we'll see you next week of another topic. Have a good day.